And I just want to understand your evidence. You said that evidence could be tampered with at a certain point. At what point? Just be clear with us in terms of now of these dates. So that you said that the evidence could be tampered with after it had been downloaded off the system. Is that correct?
I'm not saying, not specifically this. I think the question that was asked is, can evidence be tampered? And I thought in the general sense, that's what I was conveying. That yes, indeed, evidence can be tampered with, and that was the time factor. Whether this evidence was tampered with, I cannot confirm.
Yes, so I just want to understand the evidence. So if evidence could be tampered with, it could only be tampered with after it had been downloaded.
That's correct.
And when it's downloaded, is it downloaded onto the system, or is it onto a drive, or is it downloaded, in this case, onto a memory stick?
Onto the hard drive of that PC.
Okay, yes, that's what I want to understand. So downloaded means we've taken it off the system and put it onto the hard drive of that same PC.
That's right.
Okay, and once it's downloaded, it sits there downloaded in that PC, and that's when it can be tampered with.
Yes.
Understood. All right, and so that footage that had been downloaded had been downloaded in December 2022 and sat on that hard drive until October 2023.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Who has access to those computers?
Only the security operators, the control room operators.
The control room operators?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you not think it was necessary to protect that information? I mean, you thought it was necessary to download it because there might be questions arising. Is it not your practice to actually protect that information instead of letting it sit there for a year?
Not necessarily, Advocate. At the time of us downloading the information, my comments to Mr. Mabuza was that, look, if it was that necessary that the judge took time to view it, it might amount to something later on. So just save it and keep it. So it might be that that specific judge indicated that somebody walked away with my laptop or my phone or something of that nature. So I was not privy at the time of why the footage was viewed. All right. So we only learned of that months later. And as it was, the footage was still not important even after the matter was registered as a complaint. And we only realized once that became evident through media and so on that we needed to extract this data, which we did. So there was no real concern as to whether the data itself showed anything or showed something or was relevant to this matter or not. So there was no concern. In fact, there was no even request formally for the data.
Until October 2023.
We requested the data from after it was requested by the evidence leader.
Okay. All right. Now, Judge Chikota says that he requested the control room operator in his affidavit. He says he requested the control room operator to view footage of the 14th and 15th of November.
Right.
I don't think, you don't have any knowledge of this,
no.
Presumably. Okay, but I just want to ask you some questions arising from that. So his affidavit says that in December 2022, he requested the footage of the 14th and 15th of November 2022. And the footage that we have here today is the footage of not just what we view today, but what we have on the device, on the USB, is the footage of 14 and 16 November. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So what's happened to the 15th of November?
I can't say.
But Judge Chikota says he viewed the 14th and the 15th.
That's correct.
He doesn't say he viewed the 16th. And you tell us that the only footage that you instructed to be downloaded was the footage that he viewed.
That's correct.
Okay. So you have no information or knowledge about why we have the 15th of November and not the 15th, the 16th of November and not the 15th.
No, I can't confirm.
So is it reasonable then for us to assume that actually what we have before us is not the footage that Judge Chikota viewed?
It is reasonable because, like I said, the information or the data that we've downloaded was sent to me by a memory stick, and it was in a sealed bag from a courier. That bag was handed over to the Secretariat. So basically what was viewed by ourselves, as indicated by advocate, that it was only that information that was on there. So, so I'm not sure, I'm not even aware of exactly what was viewed. So in my discussion with Mr. Mabuza, there was no discussion as to exactly what was being viewed. He himself was not on site at that court on that specific date. So he could not confirm to me that this is what was viewed, So all we said is that he need to convey to Mr. Wanga at the control room at the time that he just download what he viewed. That's that.
And in fact, Judge Chikota in his affidavit also says that on the footage that he viewed, he saw the respondent arrive and leave his chamber. So the respondent is the Judge President Benenge. Judge Chikota says he saw Judge Benenge arrive and leave his chambers with a bag, but we haven't seen that today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, can my friend clarify on which date? Is he putting that
I can check the affidavit for you if you just bear with me a minute.
Because I might have to deal with it.
If you just bear with me, I'm just looking for the right passage. So if you look at page 134 is at the top of the page is where I'll take you to, but the paragraph starts at page 133 and it's volume 1. Chair, do you have that page 133, 134, volume 1?
I have it, just a minute.
Okay.
I do, thank you.
Thank you. I'll read you the paragraph so it's on the record. Mr. Wanga and I then watched the footage of the 2 days. There's nothing worth mentioning about the footage of 14 March 2022. I think that's a typographical error. Should be November. In any event, had nothing to do with the rumors about 15 November 2022. The footage of 15 November 2022 does show the JP arriving at his chambers carrying his bag. It later shows him leaving his chambers carrying the bag. And then paragraph 9 says, at no stage does the available footage of that day show Ms. Mengo entering the JP's chambers. The point of, that was the paragraph that I was referring to, the point of asking that question, you have no knowledge about what Judge Chikota saw or didn't see on the footage, is that correct?
None whatsoever.
Okay. You just bear with me. Thank you. I have no more questions for you.